what's up, y'all? It's D about to react to this impressive vid. It's titled Nicki Minaj Calls Out Roc Nation again. And Demoree Hadley exposes Roc Nation CEO Desiree Perez. Sad story. Okay, we're gonna see what's going on with these people. I know Nicki has definitely spoke on Desiree Perez and Roc Nation before in the past, but maybe something new has come out. So let's see what's happening. Let's watch.
Hello everybody, welcome to the Impressive channel. This is going to be an interesting story because last week Nicki Minaj called out Roc Nation, and Nicki has had some issues with Roc Nation. If you don't know, Roc Nation is run by Jay-Z and the CEO Desiree Perez, and Nicki has seemingly dropped hints that she has been facing sabotage behind the scenes. However, we don't exactly know to what extent. Recently, she did lend out some public support to Desiree's daughter, Demoree Hadley. Now, if you don't know, Demoree is going through a legal battle with her mother, Desiree, because she claims that Desiree hired a network of people to stalk and harass her and her husband, Javon. She allegedly had them followed by private investigators. A GPS tracker was put on her car. A secret camera was planted in her room without her consent or knowledge. Her devices were hacked. Her husband was falsely arrested 3 times. And Demoree claims that her mother conspired with a network of people to have her falsely detained under the Baker Act and the Marchman Act, even though she is not mentally incapacitated, nor does she use drugs at all. But she alleges that Desiree tried to do this in order to get guardianship over her. Now, Desiree was able to get a gag order in place against Demoree, and that gag order was granted by the district judge, Beth Bloom. But prior to this order being granted, Demoree actually did several interviews with BJ Investigates, Jaguar Wright, Respectfully Xavier, and also Tasha K. She also told her story on NBC6 South Florida News. And Nicki Minaj has been keeping up with the story, as a lot of us have, and she has publicly supported Demoree. She said hashtag justice for them. She also went on to talk about some of her own frustrations. Somebody said TikTok especially hasn't wanted us to defend you lately, like at all. And Nicki said they've had access to my accounts on all platforms. I didn't change the passwords either. I let them continue doing everything they allegedly did to Demoree to me. And you have no idea how disgusting it gets. Enough is enough. Barbs, that's the real reason I won't release music. To the PMs who claim it wasn't made clear to your ugly selves. Hopefully, Demoree's massive and detailed page-by-page claim gets you all the way caught up. And never call me a liar. Never insinuate it either. Every single angel ever created fights for me at the mere mention of that word as it relates to me. Vengeance is the Lord's. Be careful. No one who conspired on the wrong side will go unpunished for the role they played in this movie. I hope it was all worth it. And Demoree actually thanked Nicki Minaj, and she said, "Thank you, I'm so grateful." And even though Nicki doesn't know her and never met her, she heard the story like a lot of us have, and I think she empathizes with her.
Why is it that Nicki Minaj is so invested in what's happening to you?
I haven't spoken to her, by the way, so I'm going to put that on the record. I have not been in direct contact with her. Would love to. Would love to. I think she's standing up for me because she has been through some trauma and some abuse with Roc Nation, with Desiree Perez, with other individuals. What I can say about that is I've witnessed and heard a lot of things. Again, it's hearsay, right? So it doesn't even matter. That's why I'm not even going to go into detail with that. But I've kind of seen, just like you firsthand, how they've kind of abused her. They've abused of her platform. They've abused of her talents. They've abused of her freedom of speech. They've abused her family. They've attacked her husband. They've attacked her child. And it's sad.
How so?
I think she's really outspoken, and I'm grateful that she's being outspoken on it because I think she's almost.
Because I feel like the things that I have seen Nicki speak out and say in the past about Roc Nation and Desiree Perez, from my recollection, I'm not writing these things down, but they have all sound very cryptic. Even that last tweet, it's like, what? Like, just say exactly what they're doing. Like, she did state that they have control over her TikTok, but I'm like, I still don't understand. Is she talking about TikTok or Roc Nation? And they are like in control of her TikTok and doing what exactly? Are they trying to post negative things about her? Like, what's exactly taking place? Like, I'm very confused by what's going on. I feel like she speaks on it but doesn't really get into detail. So it's just like, okay, they're doing you wrong, but how? I'm not denying that it's happening, but I'm just confused.
Like, well, it happened to me. It's happening to her. Let me speak up on it. Nobody is safe right now. And she's fed up. I think she's fed up because she's been through a lot.
It really says a lot for Demoree to actually say that, because a lot of people would think that Nicki is just acting crazy and she's paranoid, but I think she has been through a lot of things that we really don't even know about, which is probably why she supports Demoree, like a lot of people do. Now, I really want to get into Demoree's story because I'm sure a lot of us are wondering, what is the issue between Desiree and her daughter Demoree?
That's what I'm saying. It's confusing. It's like, okay, like they're revealing certain parts of the story, but it's like, but why? Like, why are they doing this? And how is this, you know, an issue? Like, I'm just confused. Like, what does she gain from like tracking you? Like, what, do you have something on her? Like, I don't know.
Well, according to Demoree, she and her mother kind of have a...
And I'm asking these questions. I know that she's probably going to go into detail, but this video is 40 minutes long. I'm not watching this whole video. It's like, I have questions, and I mean, do I really want to know? I mean, you know, but people have asked me to touch on this, so I'm going to get what information I will from it, and then, yeah, we'll move on.
Complex relationship.
Because 40-minute video,
her mother
girl.
wasn't really there for her when she was young. Her mother was in the streets. She was trafficking drugs. She was into fraud. She was a criminal, okay? She went to jail, and then she later on became an informant. And also, Demoree's father was a part of the Puerto Rican cartel, so he's serving life right now. And Demoree ended up being raised by her grandfather and his wife, Olga. And Demoree called Olga her mommy because that was her mother figure.
Why would she say
and Desiree didn't like that. Also, according to Demoree, Desiree doesn't like the fact that she's with her husband, Javon, who is a black man. And Demoree has been with Javon since she was 14 years old. She's now 30, so she's been with him for over 15 years at this point. And Desiree does not like this man, and Demoree listed the reasons why.
I think it's a mixture of racism, classism, and she never thought we were going to last. In the very beginning, she didn't like him, just because from the neighborhood where he was born, which is... It's so hypocritical because she was not born in the best neighborhood and was a drug trafficker. And she was just judging him for being black and being born in a bad neighborhood. And then I think after college, when she realized, okay, he's not going anywhere, she actually offered him a position in Rock Nation. And she actually offered me a position and wanted us to move there and work there. And we said no. My husband's a very independent, free thinker and free speaker. He does not conform to what society norms are. He's uplifted me, educated me, just like I have for him. And so her seeing, oh man, like, he can influence her possibly more than me, or, you know, he's showing her a different side of the world that maybe I don't want her to know.
They didn't want to be under her
and
thumb.
So I think she felt threatened by him. She wanted me to be with a millionaire and date this person and go here. And so it's really just about power control, classism, and just like your typical like narcissistic parent. Like, I want this from you and this is what I envision. And if you go left, oh man, you must be getting abused. You must be getting coerced, because why on earth
wouldn't you be doing what I say?
Yes.
Now, there were a lot of different incidents that happened that led to Demoree actually suing her mother, Desiree. Now, it started back in September 2023 when Desiree allegedly called the police and falsely accused Javon of putting his hands on Demoree.
September 11th, 2023, Javon and I are in the back room. We're having an argument about a business call. So there's a bed, a whole entire queen bed in between both of us, and we're arguing and whatnot. Out of nowhere, Olga and Milainis storm into the room screaming. And then she tells me in Spanish, your mother called me saying that he's beating you up. And I go, no, nothing is happening. A few minutes pass by, and Miami-Dade Police Department storm into the room, and they tell us, we received the call that you're getting beat up nonstop. We need to separate you guys and talk.
Whoa!
I'm like, ma'am, I just woke up, we were arguing. Nobody hit anybody, so she has me. I had a short sleeve on, you'll see it in the body cam. Yeah. She has me extend my arms. She checks me for bruises. She has me turn around. She checks my neck. She said, you don't have anything. I go, I'm trying to tell you, I didn't get hit. I had not one tear in the body cam, not one mark. I was more embarrassed that she was interviewing me without a bra and with a bonnet on than anything.
That's swatting.
Mm-hmm.
When you call the police with a fake emergency, making it sound like someone's life is in danger with hearing stuff like that.
Again, she checked me. She saw no bruises. The other officer interviewed Javon. You'll see that in the body cam. He was explaining everything. They were like, okay, there's nothing here.
What's even crazier about this situation is the police ended up telling Demoree and Javon that Desiree was watching them from a secret camera that she allegedly put in their room without them knowing.
Because the police officer, she didn't say this on the body cam, but she told me, she said, we got the call. She's watching you from New York. There's a camera in here. If I were you guys, I would move out of here because clearly the people who live in here have a problem with you guys. And that's what started me, Javon and I's manhunt for an apartment or a townhouse to move out. That officer telling me that. Because I was like, a camera? Where? That camera was in our bathroom, facing our shower in a closet.
That is scary. That is really scary. And when Demoree and Javon moved out, child, Demoree claims that Desiree hired private investigators to move across the street from them and watch them.
To answer your question about the surveillance, she rented the house across the street from us, hired unlicensed and licensed private investigators to surveil us, and they were living there for months, watching us, following us. We have proof of this. It's not making this up, people. The former BSO police officer, James Fondo, who's on the Baker Act video that you guys see, he admits on body cam that he placed a GPS tracker in my car.
Well, I'm saying she's heading over here right now.
You mean her or?
Yes, they have a GPS on her. So she should be run by any minute.
Probably 90% of the people who were following me were men, grown men, with guns. Some that didn't have the correct licenses to be following with guns. They were following my husband. They were even showing up at my husband's nephew's school and surveilling the children. We have proof of that.
That is insane, but it gets crazier than that. Once Demoree and Javon caught on to what was happening, Desiree allegedly tried several attempts to have Demoree mentally evaluated so that there could be an excuse to Baker Act her. So basically, she wanted to Britney Spears her, allegedly. One time, Demoree got a call that her uncle was dying, and when she drove over to see him, she realized it was a trap, and Desiree allegedly tried to hold her against her will.
So I tried to leave. She has like an automatic gate. She locks it. So I tried to climb over. I had my dog with me, trying to hop over the gate, not drop my dog, and she's punching me, hitting me. And at that point, she's like, if you try to leave and go back with that N-I-G-G-E-R, I will have you committed.
Wow.
She whispered that in my ear. 3 police officers show up. She didn't even want to open the gate. And the police were like, you better open up this gate right now. She finally opened the gate. Police separated up everyone. And then police were like, she's saying that you want to kill yourself. I'm like, what? I'm like, she called me and told me to come here because my uncle was dying. I was going 90 in the freeway. Like, at no point did I say I wanted to die. I said I was leaving and she threatened to commit me.
Wild that she's racist and she's the president or CEO of Rock Nation and working closely with, you know, Jay-Z, Beyonce, these big black celebrities. And you this racist to where you don't want your own daughter to be with someone black. But it's so odd that she's like setting up all this surveillance to keep a close eye on her daughter. Maybe this is her way of trying to be protective in a very weird, creepy way. Or maybe she, has an ulterior motive that's way more sinister. I don't know, but something is definitely off with Rock Nation and this lady for sure. I've never doubted what Nicki was saying. I don't see what she would gain from lying and like making all this up, but I do wish that she would give more detail. If you gonna spill, then spill. So that's been my biggest annoyance with Nicki. It's like, all right, if you're gonna speak up about it, then give us more context so that we actually understand what's happening, because I don't get it. And if you're a diehard fucking Barb and you keep up with every single thing this woman do, then maybe you have more context. I'm sure you do. Then maybe you can share for the rest of us. Okay, but from what I've seen in the videos that I've reacted to, I've always been confused. Like, okay, what are they doing exactly? But if she's willing to do this to her own daughter, I wouldn't be surprised at all if she's doing like wild shit to Nicki and other people. If this is how you treat your own daughter. That's crazy. But yeah, like I said, it's a 40-minute video. Like, I'm traveling at the moment. I'm trying to enjoy myself. I'm taking time here and there to record videos of stuff y'all tell me to react to. But it's like, come on. 40 minutes is crazy. But I will leave the link down below so y'all can check it out and get the full story. If you want to know all the details of what's going on with her and her daughter. But I was more so interested in what's happening with Nicki and Rock Nation. But anywho, y'all let me know what y'all think about all this. And I'll see y'all on the next one. Bye.